Hey folks, this is the other Barack coming to you live and direct from an undisclosed location. We have a video of Officer Tatum talking to an anti-Israel student, and he gets the opportunity to really educate him. I just want to say real quick that we officially hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you so much. More to come. Stick around. Let's watch this whole video and talk about it after.
I'm doing well.
Yeah, so I'm Ismail. I'm from Egypt. I'm an international student. I just wanted to see your point of view on like the international relations that like Trump is dealing with right now regarding like Ukraine and the one in Gaza. Because I recently saw this video. It was kind of disturbing a little bit regarding Gaza, like the way he's like looking into the future. So what do you hold on there? What's your point of view?
Now, I believe that the Jews, that land belongs to them. That's what I believe. The reason why I say that is because they've been there before anybody else was there. When you look at the Bible, the biblical history, you talk about Moses. I mean, you go down the list of all these people. In that region, the Jews have occupied. David's tomb and the city of David was all there in Jerusalem. Right outside of Jerusalem is the city of David. All of these figures who were Jews were there before any of the Palestinians were there. Some people can argue that some people were technically Palestinian, whatever. There's biblical prophecy about it. It's their land. There was a war that was fought, they won. Now, let's fast forward to today. When you decide that you are going to kill people, take people hostage, they literally tried to bomb and kill almost every Jew they could, but they have the Iron Dome. That's the only reason why they couldn't do it. Then the retaliation that comes, in my opinion, is necessary. Do I agree in Israel killing innocent people? I don't want that to be the case. I don't think if an IDF soldier is just going out and shooting a kid in the head outside of a coordinated strike, I don't think that that's right. I think that person should be prosecuted. But to think that Hamas can go into Israel, kill people, hold people hostage, then hide behind their citizens and think nothing is going to happen is asinine to me.
I mean, it is a biased topic, like you said. It's hard to really narrow it down to how you just did, because honestly, when you really look at it,
can you speak up a little bit?
Sorry, when you really look at it, I'm saying 1946 or something around that. That's like Palestinians lived there. You can't just tell me biblical when biblical, like what biblical.
It was before that.
When we talk about religion, yeah, people all around every continent. How can you be like biblical? But at that point, there was Palestinian people living there in 1946.
Before them,
no, why did the Jews
it was
go,
Jewish people that lived there.
No, sorry, sir, but why did the Jews go to Palestine? Even to begin with? No, why did they go in like after the Second World? Why did they go there?
Well, they were forced there.
Yeah, by who? By the Europeans. So the Europeans up, and then the Arabs just took the blame, right?
I know, but this happens in history. Like when the Jews were there before, how did the Ottoman Empire get there? From the Romans. It's like the Jews were there, Romans took over, Ottoman Empire took over. No, we were talking about the way, I'm saying this is the way it goes. The Jews were overwhelmed and overtaken, and that's when the Romans took over. And then the Ottoman Empire took over.
Europe, no,
I'm saying that like somebody had it. They get defeated, conquered, driven out, then somebody else take over, then somebody else take over, and the Jews are back. That's kind of what happened. And people may not agree how it happened.
In Israel, you're saying?
In Israel, the land of Israel right now, the state of Israel that's currently there. And here's the thing too, I mean, Jordan, the West Bank was Jordan. Nobody had a problem with that. Jordanians owned the West Bank. And then obviously it was somehow between them and Israel, there was a compromise or an agreement, and then the West Bank became the state of Israel. So then the Palestinians have an opportunity to be there. Now I'll say this, it's complicated because I understand the argument where some people think that Palestinians belong there, but it is what it is. People are gonna agree to disagree on that.
Sorry to cut you off, but the thing is like you guys look at it from, because I took history class here, right?
Right.
They look at it from a different perspective. They teaching me in a different way, so you're gonna be taught the way they teach you, and I'm gonna be taught the way they teach it, right?
Which is fair.
Yeah, which is fair, exactly. But all I'm saying is that based off what I've seen, it's like, I'm sorry, but the stuff you're saying is bullshit. Like it's not.
I mean, that's just that's your opinion.
It's not just an opinion because I've seen it.
So let's do this. In Hamas situation, what should happen?
All right, look at this.
When they go and attack, kill innocent people and do all that, what should happen as a result?
Have you watched that Bassem Youssef show when he was talking to that one dude, Piers Morgan? Have you watched that one?
No, I don't know. I'm not familiar with that.
Well, if you ever watch it, you're gonna understand that topic a little more because
No, but do you agree with Hamas's attack on Israel?
No, I don't agree with any type of murder.
So
but
what
the thing
should
is, they've been murdering also before that, but nobody. It's the thing is, when the West, when the West controls the media, right? What's going to be put to the?
But we can let's agree. Let's agree. Let's agree. They've been murdering them. They've been murdering them. Let's agree back and forth. Let's say Israel was wrong all these years. If you believe that do you believe that Gaza is occupied?
Right now, yeah.
By Israelis?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe it's a genocide occurring?
Yeah, I do.
So what do you think their response is? So
what
technically, Hamas
genocide occurring on Palestine.
Yeah. So technically, Hamas didn't do anything wrong, did they?
They just retaliated.
There you go.
No. But you didn't catch me.
This is the thing, man. Every person I talk to, they have to admit that Hamas. That they support Hamas.
So you don't think the IDF is what they're doing? Do you support what the IDF is doing? I'm not supporting either way, but I'm saying.
No, you are. You just said that.
That's my bad. You ran me, but that's the thing.
No, I just want to on record. You don't. Do you support Hamas?
No, I don't support Hamas.
Do you think what they did was wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, because you said it wasn't. I want to make sure.
No, the retaliation, the idea of a retaliation. I'm not.
What should they do?
Attack when somebody is occupying you, hurting your people. What do you do if you're born around murder? And that's all you've known all your life, which is what they grew up in, the situation. Because I'm from Egypt, which means what? I see a lot of people, Palestinians, flee their country way before what happened with that Hamas situation. Way before that. So why were they leaving? Was it what? Sunshine and rainbows over there? That's why they came over there?
Well, here's the thing.
No, it wasn't. It was horrible.
Well, here's the thing, too. I mean, obviously, they're not accepting in Egypt either.
What do you mean?
Or in Jordan.
Yeah.
Or in Syria.
I mean, you know how, because we get aid from you know how hard it is when you're from a third world country and you can't, how am I supposed to take control over a person?
Right.
The president who's...
But let's get back to this.
Go ahead.
Let's say, do you agree that Hamas's attack was wrong?
Yeah. But
okay.
Yeah.
What do you think Israel should do after the attack occurred?
Not what they did.
No, what should they do, though?
I mean, not what they do.
What should they do? What can they do?
I don't have a perfect solution for a war.
No, give me one.
What is the
give me one
solution?
Give me
what
one
has
solution.
Been the solution for war in history? It's only retaliation, right?
No.
What else happened?
Give me one scenario solution that would have been appropriate.
I mean, the whole thing is up anyway. So what?
No, I'm saying, bro, you got to have a solution. The attack happened. You saying that what they did is wrong. What should they have done?
I don't have one. What's yours? What do you think?
What? I think they should be doing exactly what they're doing.
Killing innocent people?
It's not, see, when people break it down like that. No, listen. When people break it down like that, they think that this happens, which is perplexing to me.
Yeah.
They think that Hamas came over and killed all these people and they went back and now Israel's just killing innocent people. Well, Hamas is strategically hiding behind their own people. That's a strategy. They're not.
You actually believe
why don't they fight? Why don't they fight the IDF at the Gaza Strip?
With all due respect, you actually believe in that?
1,000%.
That they hide behind 30,000 kids. That's what
they're hiding behind all kinds of people.
Behind kids.
What are they doing then?
And you just bomb.
No, what are they doing?
If you suspect,
why are they not fighting?
If I suspect the killer's here, I'm a bond this whole area. Is that the perfect way to deal with something?
It's no perfect way because it's
so you said that's the exact way they should be dealing with it.
Yeah, I didn't say it was perfect. I just said it's the way they got to deal with it.
To just go ahead and kill?
Well, look, if you got, which they shown, if you watch anything on IDF's, they show video and everything of them having bunkers, tunnels. We know they do tunnels. We know they bombing Israel. If it wasn't for the Iron Dome, they probably kill hundreds of thousands of them. But then if you say a terrorist is in this building right here, right? And the terrorists have stockpiles of ammunition and all kind of stuff in this building.
Yet, compared to the IDF, ain't nobody got that type of stockpile. How you comparing a bunch of terrorists in the desert to IDF soldiers with actual weapons? How do you compare
listen to this. Well, how did they go into Israel and do what they did? If they so unequipped to do anything.
Did you hear about the story? Please. If you hear about the story, it's so unrealistic. They said they just walked in. Did you hear that? How does that even make sense with the type of security they got?
They flew in, but
please look at it.
In many places they flew in, but you can think about this.
Attack, October,
but you can argue that whatever fraud you want to argue about how they came in or not, do you think they didn't do it?
No, I never said that.
I'm just asking.
I never said that.
So they did it.
Yeah.
We know they did it.
But why is it so amplified when I don't get it, because they've been.
Dude, that was egregious.
I get it.
They videotaped it. You can go and watch video of them killing and murdering innocent people, shooting them in the head, going into kibbutz. You can see it all on video.
Sir, but what have the IDF been doing? Why is it only one side? Why is it only one side from your opinion? I don't get it.
I'm not saying it's one side.
But that's how it makes it seem, because they've been doing this since 2014.
I don't have video of the IDF taking Palestinians and lining them up like this and shooting them in the head. I don't have a video. Listen. I don't have a video of the IDF going into Gaza when these people just peacefully doing what they're doing and killing 1,200 people that are just at a doing an event.
I get it.
I don't have that video, but I do see video of them going into Israel and killing innocent people and holding hostage. These people are hostages. Acknowledge that they hold hostages. They still have them. When they release them, they're releasing dead hostages. When you do that, what do you expect Israel to do? They have to respond. And I don't like the fact that children are getting hurt in the process. I don't like that.
Yes,
but they have nothing else to do. This is the tactic that Hamas uses, and everybody should know this unless you're sleeping on a rock. They go out and attack, and then they hide behind their people. They go into the tunnels, they hide in schools, they hide in all these places so they can't get bombed. And they expect Israel to do nothing so they can recalibrate and do it again. Hamas's entire mission is to eradicate the Jews from the river to the sea. Is that not true?
Sure.
So what does Israelis have to do in response? And that is to eliminate Hamas forever. And unfortunately, there's people that's going to die in that situation. And hopefully that we can stop it, and hopefully Hamas is eradicated and we can go on. But this is a religious war that's never going to stop.
I know. It's the Middle East. It's never
going to stop.
So two things that I want to point out that are really important from this video. The first is when Officer Tatum says to him, you know what, let's pretend that this entire time Israel has been killing people innocently. They've just been firing rockets. They've been doing it without any warnings. This whole time, Israel's just been indiscriminately killing people. But then on October 7th, Hamas does what he said to the student, what you agree that we can both condemn. What is the proper response then by Israel in response to what Hamas did? And when the answer is always, I don't know, or I don't have a solution, and then they flip it back and say, what's yours? The reason Officer Tatum said, I agree with what Israel is doing, is because they are waging a war trying to limit civilian casualty. But in the process of doing so, given the tactics that Hamas has implemented into their strategy for fighting war, that actual reality is painted by an illusion that Israel's indiscriminately killing people, which is why you have every single person say to them, how can you not see it for what it is? Do you really believe that they're just hiding behind children? What do they do when they just target this area when they say, oh, there's a Hamas person here, but there's an entire camp of refugees out there? Do they just bomb it? Hamas has gotten more people like this student to think and feel the way that he's showing towards Officer Tatum, which is why their strategy has worked, because they have completely masked what the reality is, which is that A, Israel doesn't indiscriminately kill people. We can go into the entire list of things that Israel does to prevent civilian casualty. They make phone calls, they send text messages, they contact people locally in Arabic, telling them that there is a threat in your area, that the IDF is going to come in and take care of the threat, that we would like you to evacuate. They put drones over buildings, which announce an hour ahead of time that there's a threat in this area, you guys have to leave. They drop leaflets, pamphlets from planes, from drones in Arabic, telling them there is a threat in this area, we are going to come in. They are offering them maps, visual maps of where to go so that you don't get hurt. Hamas leverages and hijacks every opportunity like this, whether it's the pamphlets, whether it's the leaflets, whether it's the phone calls, whether it's the humanitarian corridors, to then barricade these people into corners so that they ultimately don't have anywhere to go, so that when the IDF does actually eventually have to take out the threat, they're also hurting civilians, which is why then they leverage those hurt civilians to the public and to the media to make it look like Israel's indiscriminately killing civilians, getting this kid and many other people in the world to think that they are just slaughtering Palestinian people. That's exactly what Hamas's strategy is, and it works. It works flawlessly. But until you understand how they're waging their war and how they've perfectly mapped out the entire subterranean of the Gaza Strip with a tunnel network underneath, until you understand how they actually have to use human sacrifice, and that is their fuel for being able to maintain the entire shelf life of this war from a propaganda standpoint, from a humanitarian crisis standpoint, until you understand that the pawns on the chessboard for Hamas are literally just the Palestinian people, until you understand that, you'll never be able to have a conversation with somebody who defends Israel's right to exist, who understands that the war that they're waging is really ugly and really hard to fight. And it's not just hard to fight because it's just any war, it's hard to fight because it's Hamas's war. It's the war with the group that has created the most complex subterranean warfare possible. And I say subterranean because there is literally a war being fought underneath the ground. That is where this enemy group embeds themselves while war is being fought upstairs. And the people that suffer upstairs are innocent Palestinian people. That is why this is so hard. Thank you so much for all your support. I'll see you next video. If you want to continue the conversation, you can support my work for free. Discord does not cost a thing. It is the best way to connect with me and others who are seeking the truth. The link is in the description. But if you want to take it one step further, my Patreon gives you access to the Israel you don't see, uncovering the untold stories of what mainstream media does not show you. The link is in the description, and it helps me to continue this work. Or if you're just looking to help this thing go, PayPal and Buy Me a Coffee is a really easy way to support me. This channel, this work does not happen without all of you. Thank you. I love you. I'll see you next time.